This town was a small town, and typical small town America, and you've blossomed out of that through tragedy. And so, where did that whole concept come from, and where did this green initiative happen? When did it happen?
Of course, on May the 4th, 2007, at 9:40 at night, our town, 95% of the buildings were leveled to rubble. And so immediately it was about cleanup and survival and search and rescue and looking for people. But the night after that happened, there was representatives from state and federal agencies. There was also the mayor at the time, city administrator, representative governor's office, and they were meeting. And the mayor at that time, from what I understand, had mentioned the fact, we are green, and the governor's office said, well, yeah, and so they started brainstorming about we need to make sure we build back in a right, prudent, responsible manner, as our ancestors did for us. And we also need to make sure it's better, bigger, and stronger. Now, you can talk green initiatives, you can talk all those things, and those are all part of it, but we wanted to be sustainable.
Yeah.
We wanted to last lifetimes. We wanted to build back like our ancestors built for us, to last lifetimes. Happened to be a big wind came along and blew us away. But then it's our awesome responsibility. And green is part of sustainability. But there's many other factors involved in being sustainable so that future generations have a community to live in. And so people really at first, when they heard green, were thinking it was political.
Yeah.
1967, tie-dyed shirt, powder blue bell-bottom pants,
right,
hair down the middle of your back on mind-altering chemicals. And that's what green was, because here in rural America, that's what we'd always heard.
Right.
That was our misconception, but really the original green people were our pioneering ancestors. They lived on the resources they had available.
And they dug a big well.
They dug a well. The first thing they did when they settled anywhere in western Kansas is they drilled a water well.
Right.
Life-sustaining water for them and their livestock. And then they built a root cellar to store their geothermal underground, to store all their garden stuff and canned goods that they canned for the winter.
Right.
That's sustainability. That's being green.
Right.
And they also built a cooling house where that 56-degree water that they were pumping out of the ground, with a windmill, by the way.
Yeah.
It was the wind turning the windmill. Went through that cooling house and cooled it down, and that's how they kept their milk and eggs cool.
Yeah.
And then they pumped that water up in a tower, and the sun, solar, heated it. And they took a hot shower at night.
Right.
See, that is really sustainability and green. That same thing we're trying to do today. It's just that we have the modern technologies today to take advantage of it. So we have to make sure when we're talking environmental issues, we're talking environmental stewardship.
Yeah. Leaving
it better than you found it. Our principles here by our ancestors were, if you take care of the land, it will take care of you. And those basic conservation values are the ones that make sustainability and green work. It's not a political ideology, which is trying to be made of today whether you want to call it global warming or climate change or climate adaptation or whatever term you want to put on it. It's become politicized.
Right.
And that's the sad part of that. We just need to be good stewards of what we've been blessed with. And if each one of us are doing that, we'll be okay.